An investigation tonight concerning James Madison University. Today, according to the Washington Post, the federal government is investigating the school for how staff at the school handles reports of sexual violence. This makes JMU the third public college in Virginia to face this sort of an investigation. JMU now becomes one of 62 schools across the country now under investigation for sexual violence issues. According to the Post, the investigation was started in early June. Right now, it's unknown what exactly sparked the investigation. However, members of the school have released a statement regarding this. This is part of the statement posted in the Washington Post. It says, in part, quote, James Madison University takes very seriously any allegation of sexual assault and is committed to providing a safe and inclusive environment for every member of the JMU community, end quote. Now, the University of Virginia, along with the College of William and Mary, also are the schools that are on that list being investigated. UVA's case started in 2011, while William and Mary became part of that investigation in the middle of April. Now, it is important to note federal officers part of that investigation tell the Post that no conclusions should be drawn from that report. A local college student says she was sexually assaulted by 3 fellow students who videoed at least part of what happened.
That video spread around school, turning one bad night into a year of tough choices and possibly a lifetime of embarrassment. WHSC's Grant Cruz has part 1 of her story.
The dark side of spring break. Students drinking, blacking out, risking not only their reputations but their safety. Sarah Butters says men she considered friends went too far, but Sarah says the school didn't go far enough to discipline them. It's a story you'll see only on WHSV.
I remember going to the beach probably like around 11 that morning with all the girls I was staying with. We met up with a lot of JMU students. There was definitely like close to probably 100 students all on the beach from JMU, drinking together and hanging out.
Sarah Butters was like a lot of sophomores at James Madison University, planning to cut loose with friends on a spring break trip to Panama City. But that, combined with some foolish, though not uncommon choices, set her down a road she never saw coming.
Probably like early evening, everyone started to head back in, and they kind of had like a small gathering at the boys' condo. And the last thing I remember is being in there with probably close to 10, 15 other people. And that's the last thing I remember that day.
Sarah says she started hearing gossip about what happened the night of March 3rd, 2013, while she and her friends were still in Florida. There were confrontations, questions, and denials. It wasn't until she returned here to Harrisonburg that the rumors and grainy images from a cell phone camera brought the disturbing events of that night into focus.
Once we got back from spring break and got to JMU, it started spreading around more, and more people were finding out about it, more people were contacting me about it. I had multiple guys like texting me, like saying like, you know, I just saw this video of you, it's awful, it's pretty bad.
Accounts of a cell phone video, almost too unthinkable to be believed.
I needed to see it for myself because I was just having like a really hard time believing that my friends could do something like that to me and record it and then send it around and then lie to my face about it.
It isn't clear how many people saw the video before Sarah, or how many have since.
I watched the video and I was disgusted. It was just really humiliating that so many people had seen that.
Topless, by all appearances, drunk. WHSV has chosen not to air the video due to its graphic nature and out of sensitivity to sexual assault victims.
I'm clearly like not really able to defend myself or fight them off, and like we were in an enclosed bathroom. Like it was 3 of them surrounding me, and none of them thought that they were doing anything wrong.
3 young men, JMU fraternity brothers, laughing, groping.
I just don't know why they didn't think to help me instead. Like it wasn't I was some random girl, like I was their friend, and not one of them like stood up and said like this isn't okay.
Sarah discussed her options with her dad, a police officer. She decided not to go to Panama City Police since they were out of state, and instead to tell school leaders. Sarah gave JMU a copy of the video and says she was told if the code of conduct was clearly violated, the case would move forward with or without her. She returned to school, but says the case didn't start moving forward until late fall of last year.
It just seemed like they're trying to say that the video wasn't that bad at first because they didn't want to acknowledge it, and they just wanted to try to avoid the situation altogether.
There were hearings and appeals, and in April, Sarah says she received the last word from JMU, an email from Judicial Affairs titled Final Decision in Your Case. It reads, all 3 students, Mike Lunny, Jay Dirtsball, and Nick Scallion, responsible for sexual assault and harassment, expelled upon graduation. They may not be on JMU's campus for any reason after graduation. They may not walk at graduation.
I wasn't okay with that. I told them that I was not okay with that kind of punishment.
We called and emailed the young men Sarah says are in the video for an interview. They never responded. Tomorrow night, in part 2 of our story, what action Sigma Chi fraternity took and what Sarah says is next for her. In the Webb Center, Grant Cruz, WHSV. We'll be right back.